Good morning, Majestic Mountain Living. Brenda here. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. It is Sunday, and I guess we're getting some more snow tonight. So I wanted to get a video shot before it starts snowing. So I had gone out a few weeks ago with my free ebook, Tips and Tricks 101 Mountain Living. And I don't know how many of you actually had a chance to maybe go through it. So I wanted to kind of highlight some of the important things that I've learned over the years that I think we can all benefit from. So I'm gonna start with winter. Seems like a good time to start. And as we know, we hear about all the people coming up, and of course they're not prepared. They have no chains. So I think that's a given. Everybody who doesn't have good tires and or four-wheel drive absolutely needs to carry chains. The other thing, of course, is good tire tread. Usually at the beginning of every winter, we look at our tires and determine if they need to be replaced, because that is critical. Even if you have four-wheel drive, you need to have good tires. So keep that in mind. The other thing, a lot of people they wake up and they have a frozen windshield and they think if they pour hot water on it that that's a good fix. Not so much. You could actually break your windshield, so don't do that. The best idea is just to get in there, turn it on, let it defrost for a good 5 minutes even before you're going to go anywhere, and then just use ice scraper or your windshield wipers at that point, which also brings me into windshield wipers. Before, like tonight, we know it's going to snow, so it's always a good idea before you go in for the evening is to go ahead and put your wiper blades up so that they're not going to stick to the glass, and then if you go to pull them off, half your rubber comes off. So that's very important. Of course, we get this moisture and then it freezes, so the black ice is very scary. So anytime you see a corner that's shaded, you might want to just consider that's probably got black ice. So be very cautious, never slam on your brakes because you're going to definitely lose control and spin. So you just want to be very cautious and slow down into anything that you're not sure about is the best way, so you have more control of your car. As this melts, you've got to be looking for, and also all the rain we had, is where is all that water going? You always want to make sure it's never going into your home anywhere, whether it be just at the bottom of even your foundation, because that will cause damage. So always walk around your home, make sure the water is being detoured away from the home. Can't stress that enough, and make sure there's no dirt along the house, because as that gets moist, that's just going to cause your wood to rot. So we see that on 99% of all of our termite inspections, where there's earth to wood and it's just eventually going to rot the wood. So that is number one, I think, very important. Like tonight, as we know it's going to snow, I like to park my car as close to the end of the driveway so I don't have as much to drive if we do get a lot of snow. And then of course, if you want, you can always maybe put some kind of poles up with red flags or some kind of flag, just so the snowplow fella, he may not burn you in as much, or he might try and pick up the plow and help you out a bit. So that's something to try. Another thing is with ceiling fans, if you have a high ceiling, you realize all your heat's gone up there. So it's always a good idea to make sure your blades are turned the right way so that the hot air is coming back down on you. It's not all just staying up in your wonderful high ceiling, because that does you no good. Always keeping some rock salt or gravel around, just so that you're not going to slide out your door. So keeping that handy. Plenty of firewood. I know I'm guilty of this oftentimes. We get through about half winter and we realize we need more firewood. So try and prepare as best you can for that. Also preparing for having a lot of extra canned goods, food on hand in the event that you do get a lot of snow and you don't want to go out to go get something that you absolutely need. So just keeping all the necessities on hand. Candles, batteries. The other night the lights started to flicker and I always get a little worried, but always keeping those items on hand so that if you do lose power, at least you can get a light source to, be safe with. And also, you might even want to think about a generator. Those are handy. If we lose power for a few days, you can at least keep your refrigerator and or maybe watch television. So that's something to think about. And then the other day, and I wrote this and I was culprit, I left the house and had quite a bit of snow still on the roof of my car. I've had this happen before. It starts to melt, you're driving along, you stop, it slides down. The number one thing you want to do automatically is turn on your wiper blades. Do not do that. You need to try and pull over when it's safe. move that frozen snow ice, because if you turn on your blades, you're probably going to break them. So make sure the top of your car is clear, because you don't want to have that happen. You lose complete visibility, and or if it comes out the back of your car, the fellow in back of you might, you know, have a problem with that snow coming onto his car. So those are my tips for winter. And then of course we will see spring pretty soon. So it's always a good time, and stay tuned, because I will be doing a whole lot on that. To start preparing your beds as it gets a little closer. If you need to amend your soil, remove all of last year's, you know, dead stuff. So it's a good time. Check your sprinklers to see if any of the heads are broke before you start to want to utilize that. If you've lived here a long time, you know that we never really should plant before after Mother's Day. I've cheated. I've tried to start stuff in the house. I get so excited, even put stuff outside, and then it's cold. So we never know. But if you don't want to lose your plants, you might want to be safe and just hold off as best you can. And then of course, you don't want to start too early with weed abatement, but it's a good time, spring, to maybe start on some of it. If you start too early, you sometimes have to do it twice. But if you're pressed for time and just need to get it started, it's a good time. And then I'm going to do, as I said, a whole gardening series, but it's a good time to start germinating seeds, and we'll get into that more in probably April. So we'll touch on that. Summer, finish your weed abatement. Again, your ceiling fan, so now you want the hot air to go up. So you want to make sure those blades are turned around. It's also a good time in the summer to start looking at the outside of your house, to maybe start exterior work, painting, caulking. Again, that earth to wood, get that all removed around your house. So time to really start focusing on maintenance on the outside for the next season. And then of course, really important as we're in the mountains, we have wood piles or just things that have tarps on them, or any space that's, you know, been sitting for a while. Spiders, snakes tend to really like that. So never put your hand into something that you can't clearly see what's in there. It could be spiders or snakes, so you don't want that to happen. And mostly enjoy your summer. We're gonna have a great lake. The lake is filling up, and it's a great time to garden and enjoy your patios, your decks, and just enjoy your summer. So, and it'll go fast. So then we hurry up and we're back into fall. Fall is a good time to plant your bulbs, whether that be your daffodils, your tulips, crocus, all of those types of things. Trim back your plants so that as you have heavy snow the next year, it's not going to break your branches. Checking around, I did a whole series and I can link that to below. Checking your windows to see if you need any caulking, new weather stripping. As we get into the first frost, you want to either keep your temperature at 50 degrees in your home if you're a second homeowner and you're not going to be here, or you want to turn the water source off and drain your water so that you don't have any broken pipes. Very important. And as far as outside sprinklers, you know, if you're not going to use them, you might want to turn them off as well. Drain your hoses so that you don't have those, you know, filling up with water and freezing. And very important to make sure your chimney is cleaned. Again, we didn't, and about, I don't know, January, our house filled up with smoke, and it was because the top part had filled up with some of the, you know, stuff from the wood and all of that. So we had to get up there and at least clean that off. But really important, good maintenance, good safety tip, get your chimneys cleaned. So that is it, other than just some mountain tips. Verizon is always the best cellular phone service up here. Tends to work in most places. When you're coming up the mountain, folks, pull over. If you're not gonna wanna go as fast as the next guy, I never do. I always wanna pull over and just let them speed up the hill. So just be courteous and don't, you know, cause any craziness on that highway. It's not worth it. And the local saying is going down the hill. I don't know how that started because this is definitely a mountain, but you'll always hear a saying, going down the hill, or if you're texting, it's DTH. So we're going down the hill. We have the dreaded fog. Don't have any really good ideas for that other than drive slow, avoid it if you can, making sure that you have your lights on and you take those precautions. So and mostly just be grateful to live here. It's such a wonderful place. I am so blessed to live here. So again, this is Brenda with Majestic Mountain Living. If you've seen some of my posts, I have a lot of very exciting things going on right now. I just opened a mountain store, so you might want to check this out. It's on Shopify, and I will be putting different things on my Facebook page, but majesticmountainliving.myshopify.com. I'm going to try and carry a lot of just, you know, fun little mountain things. My logo is, you know, to live our best life, and that's living our best life on the mountain. And then I launched about a week ago a drawing for a free vacation giveaway. I'm having a lot of great response from that. I would really like more people to go out and visit my YouTube channel and subscribe. That would be very helpful. So again, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm going to head into the office right now and get some work done before it snows. So I look forward to some comments on anything I've posted, anything else that you think you'd like me to share with you. So again, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.